Welcome back to day 12 of Witchtober. So earlier in the series, I talked about my morning routine as a witch, and now for my evening routine. So to be perfectly honest, by the end of the day, I'm pretty done with everything. So my witchery is definitely far less by the end of the day. I would love to say that I'm a good witch all the time and I do all the things, but I also am always tired. So bedtime is when I want to just go to bed. I don't really want to think about witching too much, but I do have a couple things that I will do, and they are just kind of some staples. The first one is my diffuser. I really love to diffuse just a little bit of lavender oil. Again, I just take my little bottle and just bloop, that much of lavender. It's usually about a drop. And I diffuse that as I go to sleep. And, you know, there's always the arguments from the more scientific community of like, it's just a placebo. And I'm like, you know what, but it's a placebo that works. And it really does. It seems to really help me sleep. And I absolutely love it. I use it pretty much most nights. And so I just set it to whatever color. Typically I will pick purple or blue. And then I just let it diffuse all night. And it typically goes until like 2 or so in the morning. Like, it goes for a long time, but it just helps to give a calm chill that I need at night. So just like an easy, low effort witchery. I don't say any words. I don't do any visualizations. I just plop it in and it's like, do your stuff. You magical little oil. The next thing, depending on what I've done for the day, sometimes I will try to do yoga before I go to bed. Now everyone has different yoga things. I love the Jane Fonda for old people. Like, I love them because like I have found that like a lot of the fitness people that are like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, and like not like the macho bro gym guy dudes, not them, but like the more professionals, the moves and stuff they tell you to do, Jane tells you to do those in her exercises specifically for old people. We're like, it's like for like 60s, 70s, 80s, and I'm over here in my 20s like, yes, do tell me, Jane. Like, yeah, I do need to work on my balance so that I don't be one of the millions of old people that fall and die every year. Like, but it's true. I mean, I have seen many of injuries because of a fall. And so, you know, strengthening your ankles and all of that. So she has a yoga one. Now I like to do, ironically, the morning one in the evening because, I mean, honestly, you could do it both times of the day. I think the video is like 13 minutes long. It's on YouTube, but you could also buy the DVD of it. And I like to do that, especially if I haven't done a lot of workouts for the day. I've been trying to do better about that. I'm trying to get healthier, trying to get stronger. And so if I haven't done that, or even if I have and I'm just feeling kind of tight, like I will do that. It's very good. Again, it doesn't take a whole lot of time, but it kind of helps to just slowly bring you back down. Something about just stretching your muscles at the end of the day, it feels really nice. Like when you've been moving stuff, doing laundry, all sorts of random crap, to just be able to stretch right before you go to bed, it feels amazing. So it's kind of witchy, but kind of not. You could do like a more spiritually inclined like yoga routine. I like hers. It seems to do quite well for me. And yeah, so I'll try to do that if I didn't do workouts during the day. This is a newer one that I've been doing for about a month, and that is to drift off with visualizations. And so I will not necessarily have like hardcore, like, this is how it's gotta be this or this or this, and this is exactly how I'm wanting it. It's more of just softly thinking about it. And like, you just let your mind wander through it and just slowly drift off to sleep. Like one of the things that I've been working on a lot is like, I've visualized for like decluttering and organizing like this room in particular, and like my laundry room, and like how I want to organize it. And I'll start to kind of think about it, and you just lay there and you don't stress if you fall asleep or not. You just let yourself think about it, but again, softly, not like really analyzing, just like gently. And that is the thing that I let myself fall asleep to and just get lost into that. And it seems to work pretty well. I was surprised, but it works. And again, these aren't big manifesting. These aren't like I have a whole lot of like, oh my God, I gotta know, man. They're like, again, how do I organize my laundry room? It's something I gotta do eventually, but like, I can think about it for a while. And it's given me a lot of ideas, because like I'll get an idea and it's like, oh, actually, yeah. And then you think about it more as you drift off to sleep, and then you wake up and you're like, yeah, actually that was still really good. I love it. It works very well. Does it do a lot magically? Don't know. But I like to think it helps. And the last thing is like part of the evening nighttime routine is anytime I sleep and I wake up, which is often like every 2 hours or less, I usually will have a dream of some kind and I write them down. Every single one. It's a lot. So I used to try to write them down. No, you can't see. It's dark. I hate it. And I'm not gonna flip on a light just to do that. And it like my handwriting sucks in the middle of the night. So the faster thing that I found, handy dandy phone. So I will just write it in a Google Doc. Cause again, I love that I can access it anywhere. So that's where I do most of my stuff. So I'll just open my Google Doc that contains that's in the mega file of the Book of Shadows. It's a sub file in there. And I will just jot it down really quick. Takes like 2 minutes or less. And then it's there and I don't have to think about it and then I go back to bed. And I do that every night. I find that tracking my dreams is very helpful because I tend to get themes. And so like there was a big batch of time where I kept having like a similar dream, like the imagery was the same, but it was a different dream every time. And me and my husband could not crack the code. We still haven't cracked the code of what it meant. But I like to have it so that one day when it happens again, I can be like, what the hell was going on in my life? And why? And what is the same? And what could it mean? Some of them are very easy to figure out, some aren't. But I like to keep a record of it just so that I can know for myself and trace back, because sometimes they have been very helpful. It also is keys of like what is stressing me out and things that the subconscious is trying to work through. And I found that to be extremely helpful. And yeah, that's it. I don't really do much else for a nighttime routine. I should probably do meditation before I go to bed. Tried that before in like the sleep hypnosis ones. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And like to do like affirmations and offerings and just all of the witchery, but I don't. I'm pretty done by the end of the day. I need very low effort and that's what these are. So anyways, I'd love to know your evening routine as a witch. I feel like the night owls would have a lot more to do. I'm not. I'm just a sun child. I don't do things when the sun's not up. Like the mornings I can do more, but like evenings, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so tired. So like, I don't care. So anyways, I would love to know what you do as a witch in the evenings in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you would like to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.